Turkey's gearing to open up its largest overseas military base in the African country of Somalia. But it might not get a warm welcome there from some of the other nations who have already got a presence there, as Nadira Tudor explains.
The Horn of Africa has seen a surge in foreign military bases. China has agreed to open its first there, and it's capturing the imagination of film directors on the big screen.
You know, they say violence never solves anything. It sure is fun.
我是来救你们的。
One hotspot is Djibouti. It's currently housing Americans, Japanese and French troops, but it's not the only country welcoming foreign militaries. Turkey is due to open its largest overseas military base in Somalia. The United Arab Emirates are in Somalia too, after they agreed a 30-year lease for a base in the self-proclaimed state of Somaliland. So, the burning question is why? Why the influx? What are they doing there? To confront terrorism and piracy.
Working with Central Command to ensure that the civilian shipping lines have not laxed their security to a point.
The terrorists will not enjoy those decisions.
Is it helping? Well, the problem still remains.
A Paris-style attack, this coordinated attack underway in the Somali capital of Mogadishu.
There have in the last month been 4 or 5, maybe 6 piracy attacks here in the region.
A military spokesperson says a U.S. service member has been killed in Somalia for the first time.
New bloodshed in Somalia, a car bomb exploding near a police station.
A recent example saw a luxury cruise ship order holidaymakers to switch off lights and refrain from playing music for 10 days due to the threat of pirates in the region. So, the question is, why such a significant increase in military presence?
Well, trying to answer some of that, Africa Affairs expert Aya Johnson believes the world powers are turning the continent into the latest theatre of military confrontation.
Now we're seeing Africa again being the center ground for the new verge of proxy war, I would call it, because all these different countries which are finding military bases on the African continent is a huge worry. China, who's already having a military base, its own excuse is that it ultimately wants to protect its own investment, which we know it has. The Americans have similar bases, not to mention the Europeans. All seem to have a huge stake and wanting to show that they can, might show their muscles and their military capabilities against one another. And that strength comes at the expense of every single African nation. Ultimately, the biggest losers will be every single individual on the African continent.